Continue in PowerPoint Project 4. The third slide is obviously yet to be created, so what we need to do is go under the Home tab, go to New, and create a blank slide. Now on this slide they want us to create a pie chart, and to do that we'll go under Insert, go to Chart, and select Pie, and they want us to use the 3D pie chart. We'll hit OK, and there's our pie chart. Now what we need to do is actually enter data into this area that looks somewhat like an Excel spreadsheet, and the data can be found in figure 4-32. So I'm going to take a moment and put the items in there, and these are backyard bird sightings for 4 different birds. And their respective sighting numbers. Notice as I put the numbers in, the chart changes to reflect those numbers. So once I get that in, I'm happy with the way that looks. I can close the spreadsheet area. And what I'm going to do is now manipulate this chart in a few different ways. The first thing I'm going to do is, if I click in the chart, it selects the chart itself, and I'm going to do some changes to that. First and foremost is go under the format area and change the shape outline. The weight will be a thicker weight, and also the shape outline I'm going to make this color of green. Okay, now with the chart still selected, I'm going to go under Design, and I'm going to choose the quick layout of the layout number 5, which you've noticed it puts the words around the respective pieces of the pie. Now you can go around and look at the different options here just to see what they do. Some have percentages, some have different other items, but this one here is the one they want us to use, so I'll select that. And now since we have words around our chart, they want us to manipulate those words. Easy way to do this is if you click in any one of the words, it selects all of the labels, and they want us to come in and change the font style to be papyrus, and I believe they also want these to be bold. Alright, now with my chart still selected, I'm going to actually resize the chart, make it a little bit bigger. Let's see. Now notice when I do this, I can actually move the whole chart around by using the border of the text box. I'll mention this because some people often are bothered by this. At the top of your slide it says click here to add title. This will not show up in your presentation. This is just a bit of instruction. If this bothers you while you're designing this, you can always click on it and delete it if you're not going to use it, which in this case we're not. So I may want to move this around a little bit. Entirely up to you whether you do that or not. We may come back in a little bit and clean this up even a little bit more. They want us to change the title here to be also papyrus, and I think they want us to make that 48. Looking pretty good. Okay, and that should match around figure 438 at this point. Alright, now 438, 439. The next item we're going to do is we're actually going to take the chart and rotate a little bit, and to do that I'm going to click in the chart area here and go under Format, and let's see, I'm going to go to Format Selection, and that brings this option up over here. Now depending on where you're at, I'm actually on the third area, but these different areas here have different items you can do. I'm going to select the third one over, which allows me to rotate the angle of the pie. What I want to do is bring that around so that in essence the finch is down here in this section here. Now the same idea, they want us to quote unquote explode the finch piece. I can do this here and I can explode it, and depending you can make it explode a little or a lot. Okay, don't want to go too much. That looks pretty good at this point. I can resize that chart again. Notice the chart is inside of the white box, so that these are two independent areas here. So you want to explode that. pull that out. At this point, let's see. Now, on my cardinal, I want to add a text box here to add some description here. Add a text box and go to Insert, Text Box, and I'm going to add a text box down here under the cardinal. Now, the text for this is in figure 4-4. Sorry, 4-44. Oh, I lost my text box. No fear, I add a new text box. And this should say, this is just the text on figure 4-44. Okay, now you want to manipulate this a little bit, make the text box a little bigger, you make it a little thinner. And probably that needs to be papyrus also. Seems like that's the text of the day. Now you may need to manipulate this a little bit, maybe even have your chart a little bit bigger, depending kind of how you want it to look. But overall, that's a pretty decent looking chart. Something else you can do while I have this mentioned here is you can actually, if you click on one of these, selects all, but if you click on it again, you can actually pull the words out from your chart. Not absolutely necessary, but depending on the way you want it to look and the manipulation, you may want to do this. Same, I want this to be all in the orange area, so that looks pretty good. So I'm going to save slide 3 and finish with slide 4.